Good evening. My name is Brian Fogel, and it is my privilege to be the MC again this year for the Healthcare Champions Awards for 2020. It was 8 months ago, just today, that we had our first presumptive case of COVID-19 in Greene County. And what an 8 months it has been. For some of us, it seemed like 8 years. And as many of us were socially distant and hiding in the basement and doing all sorts of cautious things, our healthcare champions were out there each and every day, literally risking their lives on our behalf. So if we haven't appreciated healthcare workers in the past, this is a year I know we all do and appreciate it. So personally, let me say thank you. Thank you for what you do each and every day, for caring for us, for making us better, for making our community better. Let me introduce now Jennifer Jackson, who has some welcomes. And Jennifer, I'll turn it over to you. Thanks.
I'm Jennifer Jackson. It's my pleasure to also welcome you, but I want to thank Brian Fogel for being here. His recurring role with the Springfield Business Journal is to be an MC of our Healthcare Champions event, and we appreciate that so much. But you probably know him in his role as president of Community Foundation of the Ozarks. I also want to thank our sponsors who have made this event possible. For as long as I can remember, Bancorp South has presented this event and truly believes in saying thank you and giving back to the healthcare community. I also want to thank our premium sponsors, Burrell Behavioral Health and Mercy of Springfield, and also our photo shoot sponsor and supporting sponsor, Groom's Office Environment. All of the beautiful photos of this year's honorees came from inside of Groom's. I want to tell you a little bit about how this event came to be. Many of you have been familiar with it for longer than I can remember, and that's because the Springfield Chamber of Commerce started this event as a salute to healthcare. And after many, many years of doing that solo, the Springfield Business Journal joined them in partnership because we wanted to better connect with the largest employer in Springfield, Missouri, the largest employers in Springfield, Missouri, and that's in the healthcare sector. And so we did that together, and now for the last 11 years, including this year, we are presenting a Healthcare Champions event. And we have continued the tradition that the Chamber started in honoring 2 top doctors as well as the ancillary healthcare workers in our community. Before we go any further, I would like to turn your attention to a video from Bancorp South.
At Bancorp South, we're right where you are for every stage of your life. Whether you're dreaming of the future or getting to work building it. When you're ready to turn a house into your home, transform city streets into a community, transition to the next level, or plan your legacy, Bancorp South is right there with you, helping you write the story of your life. With locations and friendly faces in your communities, we're creating a better banking experience to help connect you to the things that matter most in your life. Wherever you've been and wherever you want to go, Bancorp South is right where you are.
Thank you for that message, but I also want to welcome our guests today. We have 2 members here of the Bancorp South team to visit with you. First of all, Chris Craig, Senior Vice President and lead of the Premier Banking Team, along with Nikki Bland, Vice President of the Premier Banking Team at Bancorp South. Please welcome Chris and Nikki.
Thank you, Jennifer. Good evening. My name is Chris Craig, Senior Vice President for Bancorp South, and tonight with me is Nikki Bland, Vice President for Bancorp South. We are the Premier Banking Team here at Bancorp South. We provide tailored products and services for our clients while earning the privilege to be their trusted advisor. We would love the opportunity to partner with you and assist you with your financial needs. We are so pleased and honored to serve as a presenting sponsor for Healthcare Champions. This is our 9th consecutive year to partner with the Springfield Business Journal on this event. It is truly an honor for us as it provides an opportunity to recognize the outstanding healthcare professionals in our community.
Bancorp South has a 145-year history of providing financial services to the communities we serve. Chris and I have the distinct honor of providing financial services to our area medical professionals. We believe our clients are an extension of our family. We work as a team, developing relationships with our clients, helping them to achieve their financial goals throughout the various stages of their lives and professional careers. Our Premier Banking Group is dedicated to understanding your financial needs and providing proactive advice. Our clients are our top priority and deserve nothing less than exceptional customer service.
Thank you to all the healthcare professionals for the outstanding job you do providing exceptional care to our community. You truly make a difference. To each of the honorees tonight, we want to sincerely thank you for the outstanding job you continue to do each and every day to make a difference in your patients' lives and in our community. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chris and Nikki, and thank you, Bancorp South, for your support. As we get the program started, I want to tell you that we're recognizing 2 top doctors tonight, but also 4 broad categories of professionals: administrators, nurses, technicians, and therapists. These categories are broad and encompass a wide variety of professionals across the medical industry. In addition to that, there are 3 larger business categories, and that's the Company Wellness Program of the Year, where any employer in Springfield could be recognized, and new this year, Long-Term Care and Rehabilitation Healthcare Centers, and Provider of the Year. Honorees for this year's event have been selected from a pool of nominations that came in all year long via sbj.net. They were submitted by people across the community and by coworkers and even patients. They were then selected by a panel of 5 judges. You'll notice as I go through and thank the judges individually that each have been honored in years prior by Springfield Business Journal in various capacities and other events. I say that so that you 2020 honorees will know that you have now officially hit the jury pool. So please, first, I want to offer my thanks to Teresa Coyen, Vice President of Public Affairs at Cox Health. She was a 2015 Most Influential Woman. Monica Horton, owner and lead consultant at Lenica Consulting Group, and a music therapist at Drury University. Monica was a 2017 40 Under 40 honoree. David Stoker, co-founder at Springfield Recovery Community Center and executive director at Better Life and Recovery, a 2018 top therapist. Dr. Shocker Tauber, ophthalmologist with Mercy Springfield and a 2017 Man of the Year, and Dr. Sean Ussery, Chief Medical Officer for Cox Health Branson and a 2018 top doctor. Thank you for a job well done. And with that, I would like to hand it back over to you, Brian, to get our honorees started.
Our first category for Healthcare Champions is Administrator. Our first honoree is Gwen Beebe, Vice President of Operations and Business Development with Phoenix Home Care and Hospice. Please enjoy this video.
Thank you so much. I am very honored to accept this, and I am humbled by it. I appreciate this opportunity, and I really want to say thank you to the Springfield Business Journal and their staff for providing this forum and recognizing people in healthcare. And I want to thank Kim and Phil Malugin, as I've been working for them now for 17 and a half years, and I appreciate the mentorship that they've given me and the opportunity to expand my wings in healthcare. I've been in healthcare for over 40 years. I started out as a candy striper. I remember it well. And I've had many different positions and progressed as a nurse and then in administration. And I absolutely, without a doubt, have found my home in home health care. I just don't know where I'd be without it. It makes my day. And I watch the employees that I work with. And probably one of my most favorite parts of being in home health care is the opportunity to work with some amazing people. It's not been an easy time this last year especially, and throughout my career, the last few years, there's been a lot of changes, and there'll always be changes in healthcare, and this year has really hit home. And more now than ever, I know I'm at home in what I do. And the reason for that, the main reason is I'm very passionate about being that type of person that knows what's really important, and that's people. It's our clients, but most of all, it's our employees. And I love making a difference in their lives, and I know that when I can see them grow in professionally and personally, that's what makes a difference to me. And I know that maybe I had just a little bit of something to do with that, and that makes me proud. It makes me do what I do every day. Thank you again. I appreciate it.
Congratulations, Gwen. Our next honoree is Dustin Brown, Vice President of Integration at Burrell Behavioral Health. Here's his video.
First of all, I'd like to thank the Springfield Business Journal for the honor, as well as the longtime recognition that healthcare includes behavioral healthcare. It was very early in my health training that I became interested in the intersection between the medical care and behavioral health care. And the more I learn, the more I recognize that there really isn't much of a difference between the two, that routine care should include behavioral health care. And about 3 years ago, I was lucky enough to join an organization that feels the same way that I do. And so I would like to thank the executive team at Burrell Behavioral Health for allowing me the opportunity to pursue my passion in integration. They've been extremely supportive of my team's traditional integration projects like the Youth Focus Clinic and the Behavioral Crisis Center, as well as our partnerships with Cox Health and Mercy Health. They've also embraced my team's creativity and their desire to redefine what integration looks like, what it could be, what it can mean. And speaking of my team, I'd like to thank my team for their tireless work, their enthusiasm, their innovation. They are absolutely the best in the business, and I mean that 100%, and they make me excited to go to work every single day and see the impact that we're making on the community and the people in it. Last but not least, I'd like to thank my family. I know it sounds cliche, but I absolutely could not be doing the things that I'm doing or be where I'm at without their endless support and their love, and for that I'm really grateful. Thank you.
Congratulations, Dustin. Our next honoree is Lisa Marshall, the Director of the Taney County Health Department. Here's her video.
As a fairly new director, I've been in my role for maybe 1.5 years now, so this award has been not only a huge surprise, but a great honor. Many times in public health, we kind of have a joke that if you don't hear about public health, that's a good thing, because that means that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing and things are going right, because we're so prevention focused. So this was even more of a surprise to have garnered that level of attention. So I'm just really grateful and thankful for that. I have a lot of people to thank. I really believe that nobody gets where they are without standing on the shoulders of others, and so I've certainly had many people that over the years have encouraged me and supported me, have mentored me, so a huge thank you to everybody that's been a part of that. I do especially want to thank my family, specifically my husband Travis. He's always been my rock, but over the last 1.5 years as we've embarked on this journey together with my new role, it has definitely been a 1.5 journey, especially as we've thrown in, trying a new role with the health department, and then also just throwing in COVID-19 pandemic has been a real challenging year. So a huge thanks to him for all of his support. Also, I have to thank my team that I work with at the health department. We really, it's amazing to go to work every day. I get to do what I love, and it's awesome to get to work with people that have the same heart as I do. I was drawn to public health because I feel like we really get to focus on what is best for our community and helping and serving and caring for people, and it's just really amazing to work with a huge team of people that have that same heart and have that same goal in mind, and they really make my role easy. So just a huge thank you to them, and just a shout out to everybody that has been there throughout the journey.
Congratulations, Lisa. In the nursing category, our first honoree is Tessie Bowmaker, Nurse Manager of Cardiovascular and Neurotrauma ICU with Cox Health. Enjoy this video.
I just want to start by saying thank you to everyone who's had an effect in my career. When I began my nursing career, I never would have thought that so many people would have touched my life instead of me touching theirs. From my leadership team to the nurses that work with me and for me, I would not be where I'm at today without their strong support and their work in my units. The mentors that have brought me to where I am today have only taught me the best in leadership skills and patient care avenues. I want to thank my family for all of their support, particularly my father, who's no longer with me at this time, but he used to always tell me I could do whatever I wanted to do and be whatever I wanted to be. So he brought me where I am today by always having him in the back of my head as well. My husband and my children, who put up with my long hours and my constant complaining at home, not at work, about everything that has to be done and how quickly it has to be done. I want to thank them as well.
Congratulations, Tessie. Our next honoree is Rachel Kutcher, Medical ICU and Critical Care Unit Nurse Manager at Cox Health. And here's her video.
I want to thank all the nurses that I work with, really. I think that they kind of molded me into the leader that I am. And without them, I wouldn't be able to do anything that I do. Really, they just have been so great through my kind of advancement into this career and stuff. And so without their support and teamwork and everything, I just am so thankful for them, especially the Cox organization in general. They've done so much as well for the nurses and the staff working in the hospital during this COVID pandemic and everything going on. They just really make the staff feel safe and supported and make sure that we have everything that we need to be able to care for the patients in the community and just to really do the best that we can for those around us. I guess I don't really know what led me to where I am now. I wish I had it perfectly mapped out. I just know I'm thankful to be in the position I am, to be able to support these nurses and make sure that they have what they need to be able to be successful in their roles right now, especially with COVID and just caring for these super sick patients. Also thankful for my family, my husband Keith, my mom and dad, just everybody supporting me and making sure that I know that I'm loved at home too, and I've been busy and haven't spent a lot of time with them, but they've just been so understanding and so gracious with me when I come home tired and exhausted every day right now. But I'm so thankful for them, and I honestly wouldn't be where I am without them either. Just so much love and support at work, at home, everywhere. Very thankful for everyone.
Congratulations, Rachel. And the next honoree is Amber Peters. Amber is psychiatric and mental health nurse practitioner with Bay Medical Consulting and assistant professor at Cox College. And here is her video.
I'm not sure who nominated for me for this award, but I just want to say thank you for the nomination and thank you for believing that I'm deserving of such an accomplishment. And I got into this field because someone that I was really close to was struggling with a mental illness and with addiction. And when I was trying to help them through that journey, I realized I didn't want to just help that one person, that I really wanted to help, anyone I could, the community. And so I went back to school to become a psych nurse practitioner, and I'm so glad that I did. And I really appreciate all of the support from my friends and especially from my family and my husband, who's been on the back burner for so long. But being able to help those in need is the best job that there is. And I'm just so grateful for the support, and then also for those in the community who I'm able to help.
Congratulations, Amber. And the next category for healthcare champions is that of technicians. And our first honoree is Melissa Briggs, a technician with Derma Health Laser and Skin Care Clinic. And here's her video.
I'm very honored to receive this award. It was a big surprise to me. I didn't realize that there was nominations going on, and to get nominated and receive the award, I can't tell you how much that means to me and the rest of my office. I enjoy so much bringing confidence to my clients and being able to impact them on a personal and emotional level beyond just doing a tattoo or removing a tattoo. And it's amazing to me to see the confidence that I can instill by doing something that is easy to me and fun to me and just changing people's lives. I love working with DermaHealth. I did not know that this was where I was going to head when I started looking at jobs, and I ended up here through a really odd series of events, and it's just priceless to me. And to know that you guys appreciate me as much as I appreciate you, it just makes every day very satisfying and joyful.
Congratulations, Melissa. Our next honoree is Kimberly Grissom, a certified histotechnician with Swan Dermatology and Aesthetics. And here's Kimberly's video.
First, I would like to give thanks to my family. They're very supportive of my career. I got into this career. It's very interesting, mainly in cancer. I work in pathology at Mercy. And when the tornado came through in 2011, I moved to Springfield and went into the specialty of Mohs surgery. In regular pathology, we would process a specimen and look for a diagnosis. But in Mohs surgery, we have the diagnosis and we're actually clearing the surgery. So the patient comes in with a skin cancer and goes home cancer-free. So that's a very satisfying part of my job. And I really enjoy the patients. We do an awesome job at our office, try to take care of everyone. And if they have special needs, we try to cater to them also. It's been kind of rough with the COVID, but we've done what we can to get by. I really would like to thank Dr. Swan because he has done an excellent job in teaching. I often go actually every year to conferences, medical conferences, to improve my ability. He's been great.
Congratulations, Kimberly. Our final honoree for the technician category is Evan Kolb, a medical technologist at Mercy Clinical Laboratory Services. And here's Evan's video.
I would like to thank all of my coworkers at Smith Glen Lab and my manager especially. Her name is Angie Barnes. She's been a huge support system for me and for the lab. In the lab this year with COVID, it's been really hard. We don't do the COVID testing in our specific lab, but every area of Mercy has been hit really hard from COVID. What I like about my job the most is we're behind the scenes. So we do, basically if you go into the hospital or into a clinic and have your blood drawn, we're the people that test your blood. So we can find things that you might not even know was going on with your health. I always try to tell people to be their own advocate for their health and educate yourself on what you're being tested for and what it means when you get your results back. A lot of medical things are preventable, and you can tell that with your lab results. I would also like to thank my parents. They always encouraged me to try hard and work hard in school. I worked really hard in college, and my profession was not an easy one to get into, so I really would like to thank my parents and my siblings for supporting me throughout my journey.
Congratulations, Evan. A premium sponsor for this evening is Mercy Springfield Communities, and they have provided a video for us, so please enjoy this.
All across Mercy, in nearly 1,000 facilities, our entire team is working to keep you and your loved ones safe, as we always have. We'll help you come back safely by following strict standards for disinfecting, social distancing, and requiring masks for all patients, visitors, and coworkers. Hand sanitizer is available at screening stations, registration desks, and throughout the building. You'll see reminders for social distancing. As always, our coworkers use CDC-recommended procedures and hospital-grade supplies to clean and sanitize each patient room, each time it's used. Find tips to help you stay safe at mercy.net/417safety. Visit mercy.net/417safety. and plan to come back safely for the care you need. At Mercy, your life is our life's work.
Thank you, Mercy Springfield Communities, for sponsoring tonight's webcast. The next category is therapist, and our first honoree is Leslie Bender. She is a licensed marriage and family therapist with Burrell Behavioral Health. And here is Leslie's video.
Thanks to Springfield Business Journal for this award and for recognizing healthcare professionals in our community year after year. Becoming a marriage and family therapist is the hardest thing that I've ever done. Many of us who chose this specialty didn't realize that after we graduated, it would be difficult to find a job because Missouri didn't recognize us as billable providers to Medicaid. It took me almost 3 years seeing clients 4 nights a week for minimum wage or sometimes for free after working another full-time job to get to the point where I could apply for licensure. If it hadn't been for Dr. Christina Brown and Dr. Judith Gonzalez, who supported me through supervision, there's no way I would have become licensed. Today, I'm one of 2 licensed marriage and family therapists in Christian County. Of the 14 licensed marriage and family therapists in Greene County, only about half of those are currently seeing clients in an outpatient setting on a regular basis. I know this year has been incredibly difficult for everyone, but it's been my most rewarding professionally. As a marriage and family therapist for Burrell, I've been able to see our leadership, innovation, and compassion to clients, and it's allowed me to be able to help the helpers. I want to thank Burrell for finding a home for a marriage and family therapist and for continuing to support me and my vision for couple and family services in our community. Also, thank you to all of my friends and family who have been an incredible support system.
Congratulations, Leslie. Our next honoree is Bonnie Bomberger. She is a licensed professional counselor with Sante.
My 2 brothers and I were the first set of recorded triplets in Missouri. And this was a great experience, and there were many different kinds of experiences because of this. Alcoholism, abuse, mental illness, joy, thrill, betrayal, and rage. I found that by going through these experiences, it helped me sit with a hurting world. I feel like there are so many beautiful, good people that have helped me on my journey, including fellow therapists, co-workers, supervisors, my 3 beautiful daughters who are skilled and accomplished in their own right and have given me fantastic grandchildren. Also, people in my church, my friends, ministers, and last but not least, my inspiring clients, both present and past. I find it incredibly brave for someone to walk in through my doors and sit down across from me, a stranger, and pour out their deepest, hardest heartache. I am grateful for this award. I feel that it's important to treat people like you want to be treated and just do the right thing. One of my greatest accomplishments is watching someone else succeed. It's such a joy to be a teeny tiny part of someone's success. They find their own voice to help them spread their wings and soar. It's the greatest feeling in the world. A former teacher of Lakeland Hospital, when I was there, gave me a refrigerator magnet that said, "To the world, you may be one person, but to one person, you are the world." Thank you so much for this award.
Congratulations, Bonnie. Our final honoree in the therapist category is Amy Clift, formerly a speech-language pathologist with Mercy Clinic Ear, Nose, and Throat, who recently moved to New Orleans to join the Ochsner Health Group. Please enjoy her video.
Hello to all my friends and colleagues in the Ozarks. It's so nice to be here sharing this platform with so many incredible healthcare champions. And there are so many others out there who are unsung heroes as well. I really feel like I am accepting this award as a healthcare champion on behalf of my patients and the incredible healthcare teams which I've been privileged to work with. I really want to thank all of the surgeons, incredible surgeons who I've worked with in my career, specifically Doctors Alphin, Pinheiro, Hodnett, Morrison, Van Ness, Mertensmeyer, and the wonderful physician assistants, Molly and Ashley and Amy and Paul and Gara. You all have also just made me a champion and made me better. I think that you have enhanced my role in incredible, incredible ways. Mostly, I really want to thank all of my patients because without you, I wouldn't be the clinician I am, and I really don't believe that I would be even the human that I am. I got into this field kind of by happenstance, and I couldn't be happier with my role. My job never really felt like a job. I was always excited and still am to go in every single day and to help people and their families. And you all have become my friends, my family members, not just my patients. And I will miss so many of you in the Ozarks now in my new role in New Orleans. I will miss so many of you. Thank you. I also want to give a shout out to all the other speech language pathologists in the area. You all do wonderful work, and I was so proud to be among all of you there. And I'm so excited to be among the speech therapists in my new community and my new ear, nose, and throat physicians and my new group of patients. So again, thank you so much. And thank you for this award. And again, thank you to the Business Journal for having such an incredible platform to recognize the incredible healthcare workers in the Ozarks and in the community.
Congratulations, Amy. In the first of our company categories is our Company Wellness Program of the Year, and the company being honored is City Utilities of Springfield. Please enjoy their video.
Hello, my name is Sherry Murdaugh. I am the Director of Human Resources at City Utilities of Springfield. On behalf of City Utilities, I am honored that our wellness program has been selected as the 2020 Healthcare Champions Corporate Wellness Program of the Year. In 2015, we established a utility-wide wellness committee with 15 volunteers from across the utility and created the CU Well program. Members of the committee provide a departmental leadership role in planning, implementing, and promoting the wellness initiatives at City Utilities. One of the main reasons we created our wellness program is that City Utilities has a self-insured health plan. Chronic conditions such as obesity, heart disease, and uncontrolled diabetes cause large and expensive claims. We believe our wellness program provides early detection of chronic diseases and improves employee health behaviors, which in turn helps reduce healthcare costs. In addition, our wellness program is a great morale booster and provides team building for our employees. Prior to COVID-19, we had monthly wellness presentations and wellness events were held several times a year. Some of the events included Office Olympics were held during the lunch hour at CU's main office where 27 teams competed in several events and dressed in their favorite country's attire. Fit Happens was a 6-month wellness challenge held at the John Twitty Energy Center. Individuals who improved their biometrics such as cholesterol, blood pressure, and weight loss were awarded prizes. During Smoothie Wars, teams competed to make the best tasting and healthiest smoothies. Poker walks were another popular activity and were held at several of our locations during the lunch hour. Participants were required to walk to different stations for their winning poker hand. I would like to recognize 2 individuals who are instrumental in the success of our wellness program and the health and well-being of our employees. Crystal Metzeltine is a registered nurse and the chairperson for the CU Well Committee. Crystal is responsible for coordinating the CU Well program, including arranging speakers and organizing events. The second person is Sally Brackett. Sally is also a registered nurse and is primarily responsible for coordinating health risk assessments, on-site mammograms, and screening and administering immunizations. Unfortunately, the pandemic has affected our ability to have speakers at most wellness events this year. However, Crystal and Sally have continued to focus their efforts on keeping our employees healthy by conducting contact tracing for employees with positive tests, screening all employees returning to work from sickness and travel, and answering employees' questions and easing their concerns about COVID. I would also like to thank our communications department, especially Betsy York and Jamie Presley, for doing such a great job with our wellness website, cul.net, and marketing our wellness program. Lastly, I would like to thank our executive team, especially Associate General Manager Stephanie O'Connor, the CU Wellness Committee, and our employees for their support of our wellness program. Thank you.
Congratulations to the City Utilities of Springfield. A premium sponsor for this evening is the Burrell Behavioral Health, and they have provided a video for our enjoyment as well.
Good evening. First of all, I'd like to congratulate all the healthcare honorees. We live in a very special place. We are all extremely fortunate to have the beauty of the Ozarks, where people can work, pray, and play together. We're also extremely honored to have the healthcare partnerships and entities that reside in Greene County and Springfield to serve you.
Burrell has always been committed to providing high-quality behavioral health care. But in the last 3 years, we've really increased our dedication to providing those high-quality services exactly where and when they're needed. And for a lot of people, that might be a medical setting.
We know statistically that when you need mental health services and you're referred to Burrell Behavioral Health from your physician, that you have about a 10% chance of actually entering our doors. However, if that physician refers you to a behavioral health provider located in your office, you have about a 90% chance of receiving the really important mental health services.
Burrell is always excited for our growing partnerships within the community, and so if anybody wants to reach out to us, we'd love to talk about how we can bring behavioral health care to your space on a large scale or a small scale.
We want to also remind all of the healthcare champions and everybody in attendance to take care of yourself during these challenging times. Not only your physical needs, but your mental health needs. This is important. Self-care is important right now. Thank you and be well.
Thank you, Burrell Behavioral Health, for sponsoring our event tonight. Our next company award is new to this event, and it is the Long-Term Health Rehabilitation Facility of the Year. And the honoree for this first year is the Springfield Rehabilitation and Healthcare Center. Please enjoy this video.
To the Springfield Business Journal and to all those that contributed to this selection, we're very grateful and very proud for your acknowledgement of our efforts here in the community, and we all take this to heart. Thank you so much, Springfield.
Hi, I've been here. This is my 4th trip in a little over 3 years. I've had a stroke, and the same leg broke twice, and I've got excellent care when I'm here. The food is wonderful. The staff is super rated. Got great staff to take care of you, and they just know what they're doing and they do it. And if you have questions, they go out of their way to see if they can find answers for them. And I just thank them for the wonderful care I get.
Good afternoon. This is Tanisha here at Springfield Rehabilitation Center. I just want to give thank you for awarding us. We know it's been a long year, and from our family here at Springfield Rehabilitation Center, we just want to give you a big thank you.
I think it's a very nice place. I've never been any place else, but this is home. And they've helped me out a lot. I've been flat on my back. They've got me up to walking a couple of times. And then I can't be by myself anymore because of my diabetes getting so bad. And they help me.
On behalf of the residents and staff at Springfield Rehab and Healthcare, I would personally like to thank you, Springfield, for voting for us for the Long-Term Care and Rehab Facility of the Year. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you, Springfield, for choosing us.
Congratulations, Springfield Rehabilitation and Healthcare Center. And our final company award is Provider of the Year, and this year's honoree is Mercy Springfield Communities. And here is their video.
Hi, I'm Craig McCoy, President of Mercy Springfield Communities. It's truly an honor to have been chosen as Provider of the Year by the Springfield Business Journal. Thank you for recognizing our efforts in caring for our community. It's an honor to serve our community and carry on the tradition that the sisters started here 130 years ago in Springfield. I think the recognition as Provider of the Year truly is a testament of the hard work our coworkers have put in, especially facing the COVID pandemic. Things have been so abnormal. To be recognized for the hard work and how we encompass all 9 of our hospitals across this region, just greatly appreciated. So being able to lean on each other is certainly one of the benefits of being a large multi-state health system. We have certainly a lot of local presence and local decision making, but we also have the size and strength of a multi-state player that has a lot of resources that can be deployed.
I think that that's amazing that Mercy won Healthcare Provider of the Year, and I think that makes our unit feel good because we're doing our part. We are not typically a unit that likes a lot of praise. But it is nice to hear, and it's nice to see that the community supports that as well.
It makes me proud. I feel honored. I think patients get the best care on our floor. I think they get great care everywhere at Mercy. That's why I've stayed here 33 years, is I think we offer care that is far and above.
Being a faith-based health system involves a little more. There's a recognition of all faiths and an appreciation of all faiths. And I think that comes alive in the care that's provided. Seeing our coworkers stand in the gap for family members and others to make sure, in the case of an individual passing, that no one dies alone, and to make sure that people are not in full isolation, but do have comfort while they're receiving care.
We can honor their life, give them the dignity and respect that they deserve. And one of the hardest adjustments of COVID is we don't have family here. They're coming in what might be the last few hours of their life, and I want to honor that.
You just never know who might decline and need more oxygen that you weren't expecting, or maybe needs to go to the ICU. So we have good days, but we have a lot of really bad days as well. The amount of patients that we're seeing has greatly increased than whenever we first started seeing COVID. We had 3 patients die today. And that's just hard to see that amount of loss. And it's not just today, it's a lot of days that we have patients who die unexpectedly.
This has, without a doubt, been the most difficult thing that we've ever faced. Having a worldwide pandemic and trying to adjust and adapt here, as well as trying to adjust and adapt in the outside world, that's been difficult.
I don't think that any of us could have expected things to be the way that they are now.
The thing I would be most proud of is what we refer to as ministering to our coworkers. Seeing the way that people have encouraged each other, stood beside each other, and really uplifted each other during tough times.
We would like to see the community, wear their mask and support us, socially distance, and follow all of those guidelines of things that they're supposed to be doing to help us. Because they're not just helping their family members, but they help the hospital in general as well.
If you don't want to wear a mask for yourself, you find it uncomfortable, you find it annoying, it's hot, I completely understand that, but to protect someone else. Even if you find out 6 months from now that it didn't help, it doesn't do any harm to wear it and maybe protecting someone else.
I know there are differences of opinion around things like masking and social distancing, but it's proven that it saves lives. If we can do anything to slow down this pandemic, I think that is absolutely critical.
Congratulations to Mercy Springfield Communities. If you see any of these honorees out and about, I'm sure they'll be socially distanced and I'm sure they'll be masked. Please congratulate them on their outstanding contributions to the healthcare industry. They are the best in our community and in their industry. And now for our Top Doctors honors. The first honoree for the Healthcare Champions Top Doctor category is Dr. Kendra Morrison, Medical Director at the Mercy Clinic Advanced Ambulatory Care. And here is that video.
This is my first honor as a physician, and there are quite a few thousand people I would like to thank, but I know I don't have that much time. So first and foremost, though, I'm very appreciative for this opportunity to represent all female physicians. This is for us. This is for all of us that are married and have children get up every day putting one foot in front of the other. This is for us, the female physician who thought, I can't, but then once we got in the groove of things, it was I can all day. This is for all of the DOs out there. Most recently been in the spotlight for taking care of our very own president. And this is a brotherhood, a fraternity of professionals that take care of the whole patient. So I want to say thank you to my college and to the University of Oklahoma, who started the foundation, and then my medical school, Kansas City University, who continued to launch me forward into my career. I want to thank all of my family and my great friends who have persevered this journey with me, encouraging me along the way. There are many people that have helped me win, and it is the very least I can do to continue to pay it forward and help others win. I'm very proud to be a physician. I'm proud to be an emergency medicine physician on the front lines in a worldwide pandemic. I never thought, long time ago in elementary school when I dreamed of being a physician, that it would place me in combat in a war zone that seemingly never ending. But I'm proud to be a part of a team that responds when asked what we can do. We say we can, and we move forward. We move forward with boldness and courage. We don't always feel very courageous, but we still put one foot in front of the other and go and serve our patients, their families, our hospitals. Everywhere we work, we bring that unity. It is the quintessential teamwork is what we accomplish in the emergency department. I also want to thank so many people who have been my mentors, who have gone before me, other DOs, other physicians who laid the framework for where we are practicing medicine today. I'm proud to be one of those mentors now, whether it's writing a letter of recommendation or it's serving at Kansas City University in Joplin, mentoring the many medical students that will come out and face the same things we face every day. After 10 years of medicine, I've learned that it's not just me. There's been countless people that have helped propel me into the trajectory that I face each and every day. I want to thank so many people that I've worked with, my colleagues at the AAC, Mercy Hospital, for giving me the opportunity to be the best emergency physician I can, and also represent a whole team of female physicians as a leader, not only amongst my colleagues, but also amongst the hospital, leading nurses, techs, radiology department, lab, everyone, into one simple goal, and that is to take the very best care of patients that we can. I grew up knowing that being the very best leader means asking of your team also what you would always do. And so as I go forward in leading these teams, not only in my career, but in my family, in my church, and everywhere that I commit myself to serving, I apply that same thing. I've also been fortunate to lead a team of missionaries on medical missions trips. I find that to be one of my most rewarding and the culmination of many things, not only just being a physician and knowing a trade that would take me to all the ends of the earth, but also to be a shining light in some of the darkest places. I've been very thankful for my pastors here in Springfield who believe in me at the Courageous Church and have been able to stand by me as we take teams into all the ends of the earth, into serving people not only here in the United States, but all over the world. I am so grateful to Springfield Business Journal and the panel of judges who chose me for this honor, and I thank you very much, and I humbly accept this award as one of my greatest honors. Thank you.
Congratulations, Kendra. And our last top doctor honor goes to Dr. Casey Morton, Pediatric Medical Director, Pediatric Hospitalist at Jordan Valley Community Center and Cox Health. Please enjoy this video.
I've always really wanted to do what I've done. Ever since I was a kid, I have wanted to go and take care of other kids. It started with my little sister who was born a little early and had a few problems, and I always used to just really worry about her and think, what could I do to make her feel better? So it was just one of those things that I thought, I want to be a doctor for these kids. I want to take care of them and help them and figure out what's wrong with them. My first main job in the hospital was a housekeeper, and I just wanted to get into the hospital and make sure that I could work there and that I liked it. And all the people that I met along the way have been really what has continued my journey into medicine. I had a few physicians that I worked with at Cox North. Dr. Bruce Roten was probably one of the first physicians that really told me, you need to be a doctor. You have what it takes. And sometimes you just needed to hear that. So I really started to work harder towards that. Dr. Trina Stevens, or she was a nurse practitioner at the time, and Dr. Keith Mathers were two of the main people as mentors that I worked with that really helped me in that situation. And then when I was going through medical school and had to communicate back home and then went through residency, I came back to Cox Health after taking an abbreviated break for going through med school, and started talking with Dr. Mathers again, and was able to do a rotation as a hospitalist. And he had just started the pediatric hospitals program at Cox Health. I felt very fortunate to do that rotation, and at that point was thinking about doing a neonatology fellowship when I just saw all the cool things he got to do and all the patients that he got, and what a variety of patients he got to care for, and what a difference he made in their lives. And I just knew right then that I wanted to come back and work with Dr. Mathers in the hospitals program. I have got to experience the ups and the downs with patients, but one of my favorite things as a pediatrician is that these kids usually get better, and they have the best spirit. They're not upset about it. They aren't down about it. They just take what is going on and they make it a positive experience, which makes me and my job much better. And I've always loved what I've done, but I've worked through the community in multiple ways. It has led me to a different job, which now is at Jordan Valley, and I work at both Cox Health, still in the hospital, but I also work at Jordan Valley with pediatrics. I came from a time where I wasn't exactly rich, I wasn't exactly poor, but I definitely had struggles, and I had those people in my life like my grandma and my family members, my cousin, who lifted me up and helped me out, and that's how I got into college and how I got to go to medical school. And when I see those kids now, those are the kinds of kids that I really want to make a difference for. Being at Jordan Valley was just kind of one of those steps I felt was most important. At Jordan Valley we do integrated care, so I get to have a kid come in, and when I see that they're struggling and I see that they're having a hard time at home, I get to offer those parents transportation so they can get there. I get to offer them resources for diapers and for food. I also get to get them mental help with our behavioral health counselors and do things that's an integrated approach that really truly embodies holistic care, which I think is super important. Continuing in my education and continuing in my work, I couldn't have done it without having my family behind me, and that's including my husband, who I've been with since high school. We were both born and raised in this area, and I've been proud to come back here and work and enjoy life with our two children. I have a 15-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old son that keep us busy on top of everything else we do. So I'm just very thankful for the opportunities and this job and this life that I get to live.
Congratulations, Casey. And it has been such a privilege to be with you this evening, albeit virtually. And again, thanks so much for everything you do each and every day to keep us healthy and well, and for sacrificing so much for our behalf. And I want to close with this before turning it over to Jennifer. This is a poem I came across several months ago, I think captures this year of 2020. When this is over, may we never again take for granted a handshake with a stranger, full shelves at the store, conversations with neighbors, a crowded theater, Friday night out, the taste of communion, a routine checkup, the school rush each morning. Coffee with a friend, the stadium roaring, each deep breath, a boring Tuesday, and life itself. When this ends, may we find that we have become more like the people we wanted to be, we were called to be, we hoped to be, and may we stay that way, better for each other because of the worst. Thanks and good evening.
Thank you, Brian, and huge congratulations to all of our honorees. If there was ever a time to shine a spotlight and to say thank you, it is the year 2020. We are so grateful for all that you do and so fortunate to live in Springfield, Missouri, where we have, I think, one of the best healthcare communities in the country. So thank you and congratulations. I want to also thank once again our sponsors who made this possible. Our presenting sponsor, Bancorp South, and our guests that were here this evening. I also want to thank our premium sponsors, Burrell Behavioral Health and Mercy Springfield, and our supporting sponsor, Groom's Office Environment. Thank you for all that you do. This evening, I want to bid you all farewell. Thank you for being here, and to our virtual crew for making this happen. I'm sorry we couldn't share this event together in person, but hopefully next year. I want to invite all of our honorees back to gather at Bancorp South in the lobby on the 17th of this month, where you'll actually receive your physical award and get to say hello to our sponsors in person. And I would invite you all, if you haven't already done so, to pick up the November 9th edition of Springfield Business Journal, where you can read more about each one of the honorees. So thank you all, and good night.